Hey, I'm Nikki.
And I'm Harry.
And we flew from the UK to San Diego.
And we converted this bus in just 1 month. So come take a look around.
So as you walk into the school bus, you'll see on your right that there is a kitchen. And we actually bought this kitchen from IKEA because we only had 30 days to do this whole van build. So this whole thing came in one set and the worktop was included with that. So on top of our worktop, we have this 2-burner hob, and me and Harry cook all the time, breakfast, lunch and dinner. So we're using this constantly all day, every day. And what we use to power it is our propane gas tank, which is just under here. I think it's a 20-pound gas tank. Also what's under here is some of our pots and pans. And just beyond our hob is our backsplash. So we actually used floor tiles from Amazon for this, just because they were cheaper and easier to install because they're literally so big. One of them is one of these, so yeah, very easy to install. So moving on to this part of the kitchen, in this drawer we just have all of our cutlery and utensils. Under here we have all of our crockery, so our plates, bowls, cups, and we have a little bit of food here, non-perishable food that we use pretty much day to day. And then on top of here is our sink. Again, we bought this from IKEA. It was the cheapest option you could find because we were on a tight budget. This is just a 12-volt tap, so it links to a 12-volt water pump, which is under here. And then we just have our grey tank and our clean tank, along with a bin, some cleaning products, and yeah, some bin bags. So another cool feature of our bus is this thermometer. We just use it so we can see what the temperature is like inside of the bus compared to outside when the windows are open or closed, so it's always really useful. And these are our spice racks. I think most people who have done a van conversion or a school bus conversion have these. They are basically fundamental for our cooking. So we have all of our spices, our salt and pepper here, and normally we put a couple candles in here and light them at night too. And this is just a little pot where we put all of our sauces and stuff. So we've got oyster sauce, sweet chili sauce, and we've got a little aloe vera plant, which is kind of on its way out. And here we also have a soap dispenser and a fairy liquid dispenser. It just means so when we're traveling in the van, we don't have all the bottles rolling around everywhere. They're just kind of in the sink. They're just kind of attached to the worktop, so they don't go anywhere when we're traveling. So the kitchen was actually really cheap. It was about $220 for the whole thing, including the worktop. Normally we prefer like a butcher block countertop, but considering the cheap price of this, laminate is perfectly fine, and we just use heat mats to make sure it doesn't burn. So I'm Nikki.
And I'm Harry, and we're from the UK originally, but we flew out to San Diego to convert a bus in just 1 month, which we're now taking all the way up the coast, all the way up to Vancouver. So we've never been to the USA before, but we just thought we'd take on a challenge, fly out here, convert a bus in a month, and we just really wanted to see the coastline. We've heard it's such a beautiful coastline, and we just really wanted to explore it a little bit. You know, live while you're young and all that, so
And it was interesting to explore a culture where we do actually speak the same language, but the culture actually is still quite different. So that's been really interesting.
Yeah, because in previous vans we've converted them back in England, and then we took one around Europe last year, which was awesome. But yeah, that language barrier was a bit difficult, so being over here is just so much...
It's very convenient.
Very convenient, very convenient.
And then after we converted that first van we actually did a second one, purely just for profit. So we did that a month before we flew out here, again in just 30 days, sold that and then whizzed out here to the USA.
So as you come into our bus on the left, opposite the kitchen, you've got our permanent dining area. We do all of our eating here, all of our work here while we're editing in the day. Nikki also sits here while we travel because we don't have a spare seat installed yet, so we're just going to stick with this for now. But what we love about this area is you can get a lot of natural light here in the day because you're sat next to 2 full windows, which can also open just at the top, which is nice and convenient for a breeze to get through the bus. Underneath me here, you've got loads of storage. You've got some electrics that we store away under there, and under the other seat, you've got a load more storage where we tend to keep all of our dried food and stuff like that. On top of our worktop here, we've just got a fruit bowl, which we keep out in the day for some healthy snacks, and then we've just got a hanging plant by the door over there. Behind me here, we just got some wallpaper, which was really easy to install in the end, and just a little picture frame on it, just for a bit of decoration, lighten the place up a bit. So we decided to build this table ourselves. It was literally really simple. It was just a piece of plywood from Home Depot, which we then varnished and then just added some trim on the side of it to neaten it up a bit. And the pedestal mount down below was from Amazon, which is just nice and easy. And we went for this mount because it just means we can both fit our legs around it, nice and easy in the day. So leading on from the kitchen area, we've got a lot of storage here. We kind of made this as an open wardrobe kind of thing, where we've kind of just got loads of shelves of baskets of our clothes in. So Nikki's got 2 pieces of storage here that she can use, and I've got 2 up top here And then just down below here in this section, we have got our fridge. We actually used a 110 volt domestic fridge that just runs off our inverter because we've got a big 3000 watt inverter in the back. Yeah, we just found for us, it was just a cheaper way of doing it again to keep the budget low. I think it cost around 150 bucks or something like that from Walmart. So nice and cheap. Just down here as well, we have a little hook that we always just hang little hoodies on. We found having hooks around the bus is just super convenient because otherwise the bus just becomes a bit of a dumping station. So we kind of just hang stuff up here and there. So as we previously mentioned, we converted the school bus in just a month, and that was leaving us 2 months to travel up the West Coast. And then unfortunately our visa runs out, so we're gonna have to return back to the UK, and then probably our future plans, probably fly back out here,
We can't get enough.
We can't get enough of it, get back in the bus, and maybe take it to the East Coast or down south into Mexico.
So I'm 22 and Harry's 23. We actually graduated from university 2 years ago now in 2020, right in the midst of the COVID pandemic. And as we graduated, not a lot was going on because everyone had to work from home. And me and Harry kind of looked into the van life community and realised this is something that we could really be a part of and get excited about. So a few months on from then, we bought our first bus. And that was it, van life forever now.
And the rest is history, here we are in America.
Yeah, crazy. So this is our bathroom area. We have in here the normal type of things you'd see in a bathroom, but actually our bathroom sits on a level because we have our wheel arch just under here. So during our build we had to put a little subfloor in just so it's up on a tilt really. So we use the same backsplash tiles as we did in the kitchen for our floor, which we actually really love. It's just this planty kind of bohemian vibe. And obviously the main part of the bathroom is our porta potty. So it's kind of an Amazon version of a porta potty. We use it pretty much every day, and it's got like a flush system, so it's really convenient to use. We probably switch out every maybe 5 days, so very convenient and very easy. And also you have a great view whilst you're on the toilet. So across from the toilet we have a mirror here and a little spice rack. And this spice rack holds all of our normal bathroom essentials. So we have our toothpaste, toothbrush, we have some antibac gel here, and all of our deodorants and room sprays and all of that stuff. We use the same wallpaper here as we did for our dinette area. It's this self-adhesive wallpaper, which was so easy to install. We also got that off Amazon. And like Harry said, with all of our hooks, we have even more hooks here, and we just hang up all of our towel poncho things, which we use at the beach and stuff. And for any of you who have built a van before, you know how hard it is to build in doors and doorways. So we decided to make it easy for ourselves and just go for this little curtain here, which we just swipe across for a little bit of privacy.
So this is the master bedroom here where you can come into and just totally chill out. It is a full-size double bed at the back, which is lovely. So that means there's plenty of room for me to sleep in the middle of the bed. Down here we have got loads more storage as well underneath the bed. We just keep kind of loads of clothes in here, nothing too crazy, just extra storage. And down here we have 4 USB outlets, which are just super convenient because we always just find ourselves needing to charge our electrics on the road. And down here we have our MP50 remote meter, which just tells us how much power we're getting from our solar panels and what percentage our batteries are. As you can see above me, I've got loads of headroom. One really convenient thing about this bus was it's about 6'3" inside, even with the stuff we built in it. I'm 6'2", so I can just about squeeze in and not have to slouch, which is awesome. One thing we do kind of regret not adding was a ceiling roof vent. Luckily, we do have a lot of windows in the bus, so we can kind of open it up and get some good ventilation coming through. But because we did the bus in just 1 month, we kind of didn't have time to install that. So maybe that's something we'll do down on the road. Just at the end of our bed here, we have some extra room as well. So we just decided to build a little laundry chute area for that, just because otherwise we find all of our dirty washings all over the bus. So we just literally open it up and just pop our washing in. And that will lead on to the boot area, which we'll talk about in a minute. So this is the boot area of our bus, or if you're from America, we just worked out that you guys actually call it a garage or a trunk. So this is what we keep in our boot. We have loads of room here. We managed to get in a surfboard, which was awesome. We just installed that under the underside of our bed. And then we've got 2 suitcases to travel home with, because obviously we don't live here, we're from Britain, so they're going to be needed on the way back home. Just down there we've got our laundry basket, which is obviously where all of our laundry falls through to in our laundry chute. And then under here on the right side of me, we have got all of our electric setup, which I feel like you don't need to know too much about. It's a very basic setup. We kind of just keep it on the 12 volt. And we've obviously got an inverter as well, which runs our fridge and our plugs outlet. And then down here, we just have a load of spare tools that we kind of keep with us just in case we need to do any work on the road. Just nice and easy, small area. We might install some more shelves and stuff into here if we get the time. But yeah, just because we did the bus in 30 days, it was all a little bit rushed and frantic at the end. so we kind of kept this space nice and bare. So while I'm sat here as well, I can talk to you about the paint job we did. It cost us just under 200 bucks. We decided to keep that super cheap as well, and we just used the spray cans from Home Depot. They were the Rust-Oleum Peaceful Blue ones, I think. But yeah, it kind of suffices for us. We just wanted to change the color of the bus. It's not an amazing job, it's not 100% perfect, but again, nothing really is in van life, so yeah, we just live with it. We've been documenting our trip up to this point, which has been so fun to kind of look back on the footage we've done up to this point. We also documented the whole build process and stuff like that on our YouTube, which is the Vanbitious Project, for those interested on our story and want to kind of go and see more.
And yeah, we also have an Instagram account with the same tag at the Vanbitious Project, so if you fancy going to have a look at our stuff over there, then go for it. So thank you Tiny Home Tours for checking out our space.
And I'm sure we'll see so many of you on the road someday.
Bye.